Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing another bit of a winter warmer. Just zoomed out a bit more. So yes, I'm doing a bit of a winter warmer today, and this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a chicken, a bit like a chicken broth. So I'm not going to use a whole packet and a half. I'm going to use that, then I'm going to use a little bit out of there. But with your broth mix, always wash it. Same as your rice, always wash it, just to get the muck, the starch, whatever it is off. So I'm just going to put a little bit of turnip in there. I've got some carrots, potatoes. Again, potatoes are all over the shop. You've got tiny little ones and a massive one because they're what I've grown. Same with my leeks, I've grown them. So in the pan, I've just got some chicken breast. Now what I did, I called in the shop this morning to buy some chicken drumsticks and thighs to do this with. But when I got there, I realised I hadn't picked my bag up, hadn't picked my purse up. So I couldn't get any. So I'm just using some of the chicken breasts that I've got out of the fridge. So I'm just putting them in whole like that. I've got a vegetable stock cube, and I'm going to put a couple of chicken stock cubes in there as well. And first off, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to simmer or boil the chicken, and then when the chicken's cooked, I'm just going to pull it or shred it, pull or shred the chicken. So I'll get that on now. And I do sometimes add a little bit of, you know, like the chicken casserole packet mix stuff, but I've just looked in the cupboard and bizarrely I don't have any. I thought I had a pack in there, but I don't. So I won't be adding that in this time unless I pop to the shops. So, and I can never get them stock pots out. So I'll get a spoon. But yeah, so that's what we're going to start with. Yeah. There you go. So I'll add my water in there, and then I'm going to put it on to simmer away and let the chicken cook. I'm going to wash my broth mix as well, and I'll show you the muck that comes off the broth mix. So I literally haven't stirred that or anything. I've just literally put the water in, and you can see the water isn't... Some people just put the mixes straight into the soup, and look at the colour of that water. And as I say, I don't know if it's muck, I don't know if it's starch or whatever, but you don't want that in your soup. So always give your rice, your pulses, your broth mix, whatever, a good mix around. I'll empty the water out of here and then put fresh in, and I'll just keep doing it until it's as clear as it possibly can get. There you go, as clean as I think I'm going to get it. You can soak these overnight. I tend to just soak them now until the chicken's cooked, and then I just put them in with all the veggies and stuff and just cook them off that way, and they tend to soften. The main things are these peas here, these green peas. They sometimes stay hard, but if you soak them for a bit and then just, like I say, boil them and what have you, it'll turn out fine. So there's my carrots chopped, there's my leeks, showing you on another video. I separate them out like this, and then I run the tap over them just because of the way they've grown with the soil and stuff. They can be gritty. I know this is basic cooking, guys, but I'm not really doing like fancy stuff at the moment, so it's just kind of winter warmers. So just bear with us. So that's just the one big potato. I've cut the chunks quite big because some of these potatoes I've homegrown, they tend to like boil down a little bit. So I've cut them quite big for that reason. There's my swede. I haven't done loads of that, just put a bit in. So I've got carrot, tatey, swede, and then my leek. And that's my chicken in there, bubbling away. Maybe nearly cooked, I think, to be honest. If I can find it, yeah. So that there's just made a nice stock. So it's got obviously your vegetable stock, juices off the chicken, and then your chicken stock as well. So I'm going to take the chicken out and I'm going to shred it. So all I'm doing here to shred it, it's tinged a bit yellowish, but it's just off the stock cubes and that. I'm just going to shred it like this with 2 forks. And you can have it as big. You can cut it into chunks if you want, but I think it'll go further if you shred it. So I'm just going to do that with all of me chicken and just pop it to one side. So that's the chicken shredded up. And there's my chicken stock made up. So I'm going to add the pulses in there now. So I'm going to add, careful because that water's obviously hot. You might need to add more stock as this sort of, or water, sorry, as this cooks, because the pulses and that, they're going to absorb some of the water. Just got lentils on my hands. Right, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop in my veg, so I'm going to turn that back up. And then I'm just going to pop in my veg. And that will simmer down as well. A little thingy. Yeah. So your veg and that'll break down. Got my leeks as well. Pop them in. And then once this is reduced down a bit, I'll just pop my chicken in towards the end. And there's looks a lot of leek there, but it just boils down to naught really, doesn't it? I put 2 leeks in as well because I've got 3 out the fridge. So it's chicken, leek, veggie, broth. And you can just have this vegetable if you want. You can do a, I've got like a ham shank, not a ham shank, a gammon joint in the fridge as well. So I could have done this gammon if I wanted to. But I fancy chicken, so I'm actually going to do this other thing as well. I'm going to make a marinade. And marinate some chicken and do some nice rice, I think. Like flavoured rice with peas in or something, maybe. Because yeah, Carl says, oh God. Fucking hell. I've had me flipping. I've had that neither, what do you call it? The cooker. It's melted a little bit. Oh well. So I'm just adding the chicken in now. Giving that a stir around. And then I'll just leave it to simmer. Now you can add dumplings to this if you want. If you can hear Ruben crying in the background just because he wants some chicken. You can add dumplings into this if you want. You don't have to. You can just have it with some crusty bread. I'm just making it for dinners and things like that. I might just even have this as my evening meal tonight, to be honest. But I think Carl will want some, I'll do him like some chicken and rice or something like that. And then he can take this for his pack lunch. Like I've got one of them thermos flask things. So there you go, just leave that simmer away till all your veggies is cooked down. And there you have chicken and vegetable broth. In regards to seasoning, you can add your salt and pepper in to taste. So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper in, but you just do this to taste. And as I said, sometimes I add in those chicken casserole packet mix, just a little bit of that seasoning, and it just enhances the flavour a bit. I'm just going to put some salt and pepper in along with the stock from the chicken that we did, vegetable and chicken stock cube, and that'll be enough. So I've just added a little bit more stock and I've put it in a different pan because over the course of the time the pulses, as I said, have soaked a lot of the previous stock up. So I just added a little bit more in just to make a bit more of a sort of soupy texture. You can boil that down, simmer it down a little bit more to thicken it up, or it'll thicken up over time. But yeah, so let's get some dished up. Now I do get that this looks a little bit beige, but it is super, super tasty. You can add a bay leaf in while it's cooking if you want to. But obviously I didn't. But yeah, so there we go. So a nice dinner made up, and quick, easy and cheap, to be honest. If I used the chicken thighs or the drumsticks or something like that, you might be getting a bit more flavour out of them as well. But obviously I forgot my purse, didn't I? Silly me. So yeah, so there you go. Chicken and bacon broth. No, it's not even chicken and bacon, is it? I was going to put bacon in, but I didn't. Chicken and vegetable broth.